huge, living entity is like a mountain, huge size. They saw, they were scared, they were afraid of it. So what we do now, the sloka. Anyway, I will just read it. Verse 48. The great bodied demon was named Bakāsura. He had assumed the body of heron with a very sharp beak. Having come there, he immediately swallowed Krishna. Text 49. Krishnam Mahabaka Krishnam Drishtva Ramadayor Bakaha Babur Indriyaneva Vina Pranam Vichestadaha. When Balarama and other boys saw that Krishna had been devoured by the gigantic heron, they become almost unconscious, like senses without life. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Although Balarama can do everything because of intense affection for his brother, he was momentarily bewildered. A similar being is stated to have happened in connection with Rukmini Harana, the kidnapping of Rukmini. When Krishna, after kidnapping Rukmini, was attacked by all the kings, Rukmini was momentarily bewildered until the Lord took the proper steps. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Bakāsura Swami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisheshone Parshvate Deshvare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here we continue here the childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna. So last class Sunday morning we heard how Krishna killed Bakāsura and who was Bakāsura, and what are the lessons from those pastime we learned, all these things we heard. And similarly, today, this set of verses describing about another demon who came on the form of gigantic heron, this name Bakāsura. So the cowherd boys and the cows, they were all drinking water in the reservoir, and then they saw that a huge form and they got scared. And then suddenly this demon Bakāsura, he just swallowed Krishna. Suddenly, just suddenly Krishna just appeared, went into the mouth, and this fellow would just swallow Krishna, and then everyone is unconscious. So Srila Prabhupada here in the purport is explained that is momentarily bewildered because intense affection for his brother. So this is what Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says. In his commentary, they say that Balarama and other cowherd boys became unconscious. Though Balarama could have killed the Asura, it's not that Balarama didn't know what to do or he couldn't do anything. Just, because of affection, the brotherly affection, just momentarily, as Prabhupada says, is bewildered. So his response of fainting fainting is because of brotherly affection. So this is the verse 49 says, and then related to that, so one may think that if some dangerous situation comes, some shocking situation comes, then what to do? If whether someone think of Krishna or not, because all the boys they also fainted, So in Nectar of Devotion, very nicely explained in the chapter 30, that mentioned this pastime, this killing of Bakāsura. I just read this section. Once the Bakāsura demon assumed the shape of a very big heron and opened his mouth in order to swallow Krishna and all the cowherd boys. When Krishna was entering into the demon's mouth, Balarama and other cowherd boys almost fainted and appeared as though they had no life. Even if devotees are illusioned by some ghastly scene or by any accidental occurrences, they never forget Krishna. So this is the Prabhupada saying here, even in the greatest danger, they can remember Krishna. This is the benefit of Krishna consciousness. Even at time of death, when all the functions of the body become dislocated, the devotee can remember Krishna in his innermost consciousness. And this saves him from falling down into material existence. In this way, Krishna consciousness immediately takes one from the material platform to the spiritual world. So it's very amazing. We hear, here and there, some devotees experience that when some dangerous situation comes, immediately they chant Krishna's name and they shout, Hare Krishna, or some name of the Lord. And sometimes we see suddenly something happen, and devotee may not remember. Maybe there is no time to think or chant, but still, Srila Prabhupada say here that benefit of Krishna consciousness, that because they practice all life, they always think of Krishna, engage in the service of Krishna, taking Krishna Prasad and being with the devotees of Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada says, innermost consciousness, they think of Krishna. Even though all body is dislocated, it's amazing. It's such a power is there for this Krishna consciousness. So one need not worry whether we'll be able to think of Krishna or not. If you really sincerely, seriously engage in the service of Krishna, if you just chant attentively Krishna's holy name and follow the regulative principles, definitely the opportunity will be given. Sometimes we see Prabhupada also say that I will come and remind you. That also is there. Even we don't have to worry about it. We have to just really develop attachment to Krishna. Then we can think of Krishna. So here, although the boys and Balaram including, they all kind of fainted. But it's nicely Prabhupada says that it's just momentarily bewilderment. It's not that, we should not think it's some ordinary thing is happening. So, I'll just read the next verse, text 50. Krishna, who was the father of Lord Balarama, but who was acting as the son of a cowherd man, sorry. Krishna, who was the father of Lord Brahma, but who was acting as the son of cowherd man, became like fire burning the root of the demon's throat. And the demon Bakāsura immediately disgorged him. When demon saw that Krishna, although having been swallowed, was unharmed, he immediately attacked Krishna again with his sharp beak. This is again another short purport. Although Krishna is always as soft as lotus, within the throat of Bakāsura he created a burning sensation of being hotter than fire. Although Krishna's whole body is sweeter than sugar candy, Bakāsura tasted bitterness and therefore immediately vomited Krishna up. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Etamam prapatete tam sataya pajanaham. When Krishna is accepted as an enemy, he becomes the most intolerable object for the non-devotee, who cannot tolerate Krishna within or without. Here, this is shown by the example of Bakāsura. So this is how Krishna reciprocates. That very nicely, Prabhupada says that he is although very soft, like lotus, but Bakāsura is feeling very burning sensation, like hotter than fire. So we see that the sun, which is giving light to us, and now is summer, we all feel is very hot. And this is it's not really all power of sun. If you just go a little more closer to sun, you will experience much more. You may not remain there to experience it, to tell us, because you will be burned into ashes. So imagine then, full power of the sun, how much is burning. And this sun is just a reflection of the Brahmajyoti. And that Brahmajyoti is, light which is emanated from the Krishna's transcendental body. Then you imagine, even though Krishna is described here as, soft as a lotus, but he can also, burn everything. And this sun, which burns everything at the time of Pralaya, but this sun is getting power from the Brahmajyoti, which is light emanated from Krishna. Brahmano hi pratishtaham, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna can, therefore, here is the Bakāsura is feeling that it's hotter than the fire. And also similarly say that the Krishna's whole body is sweeter than sugar candy. But Bakāsura is tasted bitterness. Therefore he vomited. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that the diseased person, and Prabhupada also many times quotes this, that a person when he has a jaundice, even though the sugar candy is very sweet, but he feels very bitter. So similarly, this Bakāsura is feeling bitterness. Just as sugar candy tastes bitter to the tongue for the diseased person, though his touch was as cool as tender blue lotus, it felt like a fire on the palate of the Asura. It was the fault of the Asura's palate, not Krishna. Bakāsura spit Krishna out, he saw Krishna in an unharmed state. This hints that Krishna's body became hard like a thunderbolt. So this is all very nice description. Although Krishna is very soft, but he was unharmed. He came out completely fresh. Again, Krishna appeared. All the Gopas, they were happy to see Krishna. So this is amazing how Krishna is just in a moment performing so many wonderful activities. So then the next verse, 51. When Krishna, the leader of the Vaishnavas, saw that the demon Bakāsura, the friend of Kamsa, was endeavoring to attack him, with his arms he captured the demon by the two halves of the beak, and in the presence of all the cowherd boys, Krishna very easily bifurcated him as a child splits the blade of Virna grass. By thus killing the demon, Krishna very much pleased the denizens of heaven. Verse 52. At that time, the celestial denizens of the higher planetary system showered Malika Pushpa flowers grown in Nandana garden upon Krishna, the enemy of Bakāsura. They also congratulated him by sounding celestial kettle drums and conch shells and by offering prayers. Seeing this, the cowherd boys were struck with wonder. So this is how, quickly, very sweet pastime happened. Just few verses explained here. So, the Bakāsura swallowed Krishna, and then, he couldn't tolerate, and he just, vomited up. Then Krishna came again, he started to attack, but Krishna just, just split it like, very nicely described here, that it's like a child, splitting the grass without much endeavor, it's not so difficult. It's, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that it was like elephant, breaking the tree. It's not so difficult for elephant. It's very powerful. So like that. So now this Bakāsura, who is this Bakāsura? He's the first demon, the Putana, who came to kill Krishna with the poison in her breast. So this Bakāsura is the brother of this Putana, and also the next demon who is going to be killed by Krishna is Bakāsura. They are all brother and sister. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Bakāsura, who was maintained by Kamsa and who was personified cheating religion, was killed by pure intelligent Krishna. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that he is personification of cheating religion. He describes what is that. Those who do not understand their qualification but accept the instruction of your bogus gurus and engages in the process of worship meant for exalted devotees are treated as like people. And those who have understood their ineligibility, yet with the goal to accumulate money and prestige, still follow the process of worship meant for exalted devotees are called cheaters. So until this cheating in the name of religion is destroyed, one's attachment will not awaken. Such itself that cheating religion, the Kaitava Dharma, is kicked out, is recommended to follow the real Dharma, which is, the Dharma is only Dharma which is given by the Supreme Lord. Dharmantu Shakshad Bhagavat Pranitam. So that Dharma should be followed. What is that Dharma? That Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja. That is the real Dharma. Everything else is adharma. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, in 7th canto, there is a Narada Muni instructing to Yudhishthira Maharaj. This is verse 15th chapter, text 12. It says, there are 5 branches of religion. So, Vidharma, Paradharmascha, Abhasha, Upama Chala, Dharma, Shakha, Panchema, Dharmajno, Dharmavat, Tyajayet. So there are 5 branches of religion. Appropriately known as irreligion is called Vidharma, and religious principles for which one is unfit is called Paradharma. Pretentious religious is called Abhasha. Analogical religion is called Upadharma, and cheating religion, Chala Dharma. One is aware of real religious life must abandon these 5 as irreligious. So in the next verse, he explains what are these 5. So religious principles that obstruct one from following his own religion is called Vidharma. Religious principles introduced by others are called Paradharma. A new type of religion created by one who is falsely proud and who opposes the principles of Vedas is called Upadharma. An interpretation by one's jugglery of words is called Chaladharma. So these all 5 are adharma. These should be rejected. So this kind of dharma, in this age particularly, in Kali Yuga, people, creating so many this kind of dharma, and there are so-called swamis, yogis, they all support this kind of dharma because they say that one may follow any type of religious system according to one's own choice. Just that's your choice. Because anyway, ultimately, all systems are the same. Etomat tatopat. This is what they say. So therefore, people get confused. What is real dharma? Many people, when you really experience what the truth, then you can see the people, they become completely, really, really, like our Sri Ram Charanarvinda Prabhu giving some interviews to the YouTube channels, and some of the videos we also publish in our YouTube channel, and we see in those interview commentary, many people appreciate like anything, because many people, they just hear the truth first time in their life, because they were hearing about different worship or why we come to temple, about anything about a religious life. They have a lot of misconception. There's so many wrong ideas. So when you explain the real principle of dharma, what is the real goal of life, what is the purpose of worshipping Lord, what is the purpose of dharma, following dharma, everything, is people become completely, happy to hear those things, because most of them, unfortunately, is misguided. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, somehow or other, is given very clear idea. And Bhagavatam doesn't support this kind of the adharma, this kind of so-called religious system. Is only supported, which is given by the Supreme Lord, which is, surrendered to Krishna. Savai pumsa paro dharma, eto bhakti radokshaja. Eto bhakti radokshaja. So the pure devotion, which is ahaitukiya pratihatam, unmotivated and uninterrupted devotional service. This point, I don't think any of these so-called religious people are explaining. They have no idea. Mostly for some material benefit, expecting something. Everyone is thinking the God is, order supplier. This word Prabhupada used. Just whatever we ask, he is supposed to give. That's that's why God is there. Otherwise, what is the use of God? This is what they think. Of course, God is really giving everything to us. Unless God gives, we don't have anything because we don't create anything. Everything is God only given. The food, the rain, the water, the air, everything is given by Krishna only. But because we want to enjoy, we want to be enjoyer, we want more, we become greedy, we want more and more. We are not satisfied what is with what is our need. We want more. So therefore, Bhagavatam is very clearly says that dharma means real dharma means following the order of the Supreme Lord, which is surrendered to Him. Very clearly, the essence of Bhagavad Gita is given that Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Raja. Mamekam is very clearly says surrendering only to Krishna, not to anyone else, not any other things. That is the real Dharma. So how, by like Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you can kill all these adharmas by pure intelligence, which is given by Krishna. There is no other way. By giving this real knowledge to people, we can bring them to the real path from the misdirected. Like most of us have mostly experienced, I don't think, many of us, born in Vaishnava family, except like Sri Ram Charana Prabhu, very few souls, fortunate souls, born in Vaishnava family and brought up, as a Vaishnava, and then, they come, take seriously this Krishna conscious movement. But many of us, worshipping or some demigods or even not worshipping anyone, be atheists, or so-called this adharma, which is consider people as a dharma. But because of, Prabhupada's mercy, he given the real intelligence, the pure intelligence, which is given by Krishna. So these adharmic principles are destroyed by that. And also this wonderful pastime is very nicely, slightly differently, not differently, but just little more elaborately and described in Garga Samhita, the same pastimes. Just I will read it. It's very short. It's not very big. It's one short chapter. It's in Garga Samhita, Canto 2, Chapter 5 is described. So this pastime is described by Narada Muni in this Garga Samhita. So one day, as he was herding the cows, means Krishna, he means Krishna, cows in the company of Balarama and the boys, Krishna saw a great duck demon. Here is, Heron is mentioned as a duck, so don't get confused. duck demon by the Yamuna's shore. It's from white, it's from a white mountain. Its feet gigantic, it's quaking the rumbling of clouds, and its beak a thunderbolt. The demon swallowed Lord Krishna as the boys played. All the boys wept as if they had lost their lives. All the demigods came and cried out, alas, alas. So here is say that immediately all the demigods came, they were all crying. And from here onwards, how the demigods are reacted is described nicely. Bringing very powerful thunderbolt, Indra struck the demon with that blow. The demon fell, but he did not die. Again, the demon stood up. Indra attacking with the thunderbolt, still demon did not die. Then Brahma became angry, and with his Brahma Danda struck the demon. With that blow, the demon fell and was unconscious for 2 katikas. Katika means 24 minutes. So for 48 minutes he was unconscious. Then the demon, powerful demon, did not die. He shook his body, yawned again, stood up, and roared like a cloud. With his trident, Shiva struck great demon. One wing was cut off. Now Lord Shiva is attacking with his weapon, and one wing is cut off. But still, the very fearful demon did not die. With his wind weapon, Vayu struck the duck demon. The duck flew away and then returned. With his Yama Danda, Yama struck the demon. With that blow, the very powerful duck did not die. Indeed, Yama Danda became broken, but the duck was not hurt. Then powerful Surya approached. The archer, Surya struck the demon duck with thunderbolt. 100 sharp arrows flying to his wing. The duck did not die. With a sharp sword, Kubera attacked the demon. His second wing was cut away, but the great demon did not die. With his ice weapon, Soma struck the great duck. Tormented by the cloud, the demon fainted, but then again he stood up. With his 5 weapons, Agni struck the great duck. Even though his feathers were burned to ashes, the very wicked demon did not die. Varuna bound him with a rope and dragged him across the ground. From the dragging, the great sinner was hurt, but did not die. Then powerful goddess Bhadrakali struck him with mace. With the blow, he fainted and fell into deep coma. His head broken, the very wicked and powerful demon duck arose, shook his body, and roared like a thundering cloud. Then Kartikeya threw his Shakti weapon at him. Although one of his feet was cut, that demon, the best of birds, did not die. See, all the demigods, everyone is attacking. Still he did not die. Then, roaring like a thunder, the demon angrily chased the demigods, and his sharp beak made them flee. So the demigods flew into the sky, and the demon, filling the circle of the directions with sound, flew after them. Then all the Devarshis, Brahmarishis, Brahmanas offered blessings to Nanda's son Krishna. Then from inside the duck, then from the inside the duck, Krishna expanded his glorious form, his throat broken, and the great duck at once vomited Krishna out. When the duck came to catch Krishna with his beak, Krishna grasped the duck's tail and threw him into the ground. The duck stood up again and opened his beak. With both hands, Krishna split the duck's beak as an elephant breaks the tree branch. Then demon died. The light left his body and entered Lord Krishna with shouts of victory. The demigods showers flowers. Filled with wonder, all the Gopas embraced Krishna and said, "Friend, you are saved from the death's mouth." After killing the duck, Krishna, cheerful and singing as he went, returned with the voice and calves to his father's place. When they entered the house, the boys told the Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, had done. And when the people heard it, they became filled with wonder. So this is how, nicely described in Garga Samhita, the same pastime. And then also is explained who was this Bakāsura, what was his previous life, and how he became this is explained. So who was this demon before? Why did he become a duck? And why he able to enter to Sri Krishna's pastime, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Master of all? So Narada says, "O king, he was a demon named Utkala, who was Haigriva's son. He defeated many demigods battle and he stole Indra's parasol." What is parasol? I don't know. In Sanskrit it says Shatra Chatram. Umbrella. Chatram. Yeah. So stealing from the kingdom of many human beings for 100 years, this powerful demon ruled a kingdom full of opulence. One day, the demon came near Jajali Muni's leaf hut at the place where the Ganga meets the ocean, Ganga Sagara. Casting fish hook into water, the demon caught a fish. Although forbidden again and again, the wicked-hearted demon gave no respect to the sage's words. So the Jajali Rishi was saying, "Don't do it," but still he was catching the fish. So the perfect sage Jajali cursed him, "Oh demon, you ate fish like a duck, then become a duck." So in a moment he became a duck. His powers lost and his pride and arrogance gone. He fell with folded hands at the sage's feet and spoke to him. So he offered prayer and he glorified the Rishi and then, asking him to give me, some solution to get out of this duck's body. Then he gives blessings that later when Krishna appears in Vaivasvata mantra in 28 Yuga cycle, end of Dwapara Yuga, So that time you will be enter into Mathura in Krishna's pastime, then that time Krishna will deliver you. So that was uh, his background, how he become Bakāsura. And what else? Okay, there is another demon also with the same name in Mahabharata is explained that when Pandavas were in the taken shelter in one Brahmana's house, and the Brahmanas were worried. Whole family was very sad, and then they asked what's happening. Then they explained in the village there was one demon called Bakāsura, and he was asking um, every day some huge quantity of food, and one person also for his eating. And so every day from one family somebody has to go, you know. So they were worrying because the Brahmana who was the maintaining, and then he doesn't want to really. So then Bhima heard this. Then Mother Kunti, asked Bhima, "Okay, go and kill this demon." Then Bhima came and took all the food and killed the demon also. So that is a nice incident. He's also called Bakāsura. Okay, this is another short pastime of Lord Krishna. It's interesting. Hare Krishna. I stop here. Is there anything to comment or question? Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah, yeah. Now so many nonsense things. In Tamil they call emadamam samadam. Uh, they eh, they say I accept all the religion, but they don't follow their own religion. uh, any of the religion they don't follow. They just to make show of, like I'm great personality. You see, I don't discriminate. This is religion, that religion. I accept it. It sounds like a very great thing, but actually, he's the most foolish person who doesn't follow anything. Yeah. At least you follow something, Baba. Not that you say I accept all religion, but don't follow any religion. But actually, everyone's religion is only one religion. But unfortunately, because they don't know, they think there are many religions. They want to be religion. They want to be spiritual, but not religion. That's another nonsense. One of the interview, Sri Ram Prabhu speaks about that also. It's very nice. These things should be exposed to the public. Many people they don't know. Actually, they are completely bewildered. They think all these nonsense ideas are the great. That is because it's for a person who never heard the truth. For him, it sounds wow, very great, very nice. Why to discriminate? Because of the discrimination, Hindu, Muslim, their fight, there are so many things. So you see, he's not discriminating. It sounds very great, but actually, it's the most foolish thing. It's not at all great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, minus Krishna. Gita Sammelana minus Krishna. Gita without Krishna. Yeah, that's another bogus thing.